In Nigeria, a chartered plane conveying 256 voluntary returnees from the United Arab Emirates has arrived at the Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Lagos. The flight, which touched down at about 7:40 p.m. on Wednesday night, was originally scheduled to arrive about 3 p.m. but suffered a slight delay. Our correspondent, Bukola Jo Oketumbu, who monitored the return of the evacuees at the Murtala Mohammed International Airport, reports.
One after the other, Nigerians evacuated from the United Arab Emirates step on home soil into the embrace of officials of the Nigerian Immigration Service. 256 of them moved to the profiling table, which is out of sight to our cameras. When the profiling is over, they will also be seen by officials of the Nigerian Center for Disease Control, who will then lead them to the isolation centers for the 14 days quarantine. To keep to the rules of safety at this time, men dressed in personal protective equipment attend to their luggage.
Left to the port health services and those who are related to health to take them to the isolation centers. They have not told us where the isolation centers will be, but I know that the Nigeria Diaspora Commission or the Ministry of Foreign Affairs had issued earlier was that they were going to be isolated in different hotels across Lagos.
This is the first flight that has brought stranded Nigerians back home. One other flight is expected between Saturday and Sunday this week. From the Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Bukola Jo Oketumbu, Channels Television News.
Well, there have been a number of questions surrounding the evacuation of Nigerians from abroad back into the country, and more on the mother and baby from the flight from the UAE. Joining us now is the chairman, Nigeria Diaspora Commission, Mrs. Abike Dabiri Erewa. Thank you, Mrs. Dabiri Erewa, for joining us on the program. Finally, the Nigerians from the UAE have arrived in the country finally. There was a small hitch earlier because one of the passengers went into labor. Do we know how mother and baby are doing?
Mother is sort of doing great. She's in very high spirits and she's grateful to Nigeria and Nigerians for all the show of love and support. I have been telling her that Nigerians have been different things, and she was quite excited about that and laughed about it. The Nigerian ambassador, Dabiri, has been in touch with her, the consul in Dubai, with her and keeping in touch with her. So she's great and in very high spirits. Now she has to do all her documentation, her baby's documents, and before she now thinks of coming back home. So yes, we are excited.
Well, who is taking care of her hospital bills, and would she have to rework her travel arrangements at this time?
The hospital bill, I think, is in the charge of the authorities, I guess. But in the hospital, a private hospital, and she's been taken care of. But the mission in Dubai are also doing all they can for her. So I'm sure there's no problem with the issue of hospital bills. On her return home, she has to reschedule her flight. She has to document her baby's birth certificate and all the necessary documentation as required in the UAE before she reschedules her flight. So her flight will be rescheduled.
Well, there are other evacuations planned. One of them is the Nigerians in the UK who have indicated interest in coming back home. Is there a definite date for their arrival and for those in the United States as well?
For the UK, the proposed date is actually Friday, tomorrow. I hope nothing changes, but the proposed date now is Friday to arrive in Lagos and then proceed to Abuja. That's what the cost catered to the passengers. For the US is 9 or 10, but I think it's about 9 on the paper now. So it's either 9 or 10. So those are the two on the calendar for now. And then next week there's likely to be another flight from the UAE. So those ones are the ones that are on the calendar at this point in time.
Well, will there be any other evacuations in the coming weeks?
That decision will be taken by the Minister of Foreign Affairs in consultation with the Presidential Task Force. Don't forget that arrangements need to be made here for the compulsory isolation, and I'm sure you know that we don't have all those spaces. So it's going to be in consultation with the Minister of Foreign Affairs and the Presidential Task Force, whatever next steps will be taken.
One of the requirements for, the people returning is that they go into a 14-day isolation period in the country. But do we have enough accommodation for the returning evacuees?
Those who return from Dubai are already on a 14-day isolation in about 2 different locations in Lagos. And those coming Friday have been taken care of. They will be in Abuja. And also the ones from the U.S., I think will also be in Abuja. So that is why you take a step and then you wait a bit and then take another step. Because, like we said, most importantly, the compulsory isolation is not optional. However, NCDC will be testing them again, I think, in 2 days' time, 2 days after their arrive. And then I guess if they are negative, then NCDC decides what next to do. But it's not an option that you come back home, you come back and then go on voluntary self-isolation. So that is part of why it has to be done in stages, bit by bit, to make room to ensure that all returnees have a space for their compulsory isolation.
Well, how do Nigerians, willing to come back, doing with testing, especially in countries where there is a shortage of testing kits?
So in the UAE, it's easy to test. You walk in and they also test at the airport. That's why it was easy to bring back first and foremost those from the UAE. In the UK, it's difficult. It's expensive. Some have done their test, some have not. But I think the decision of the Minister of Foreign Affairs now really doesn't matter. So from the UK, I think we'll be coming with people who are both positive and negative. So extra caution needs to be taken when they arrive and then they transition to their centers. And the same way with the US. Those coming from the US, I don't think would have done their test. So you don't actually know the status of this coming from the US and not the status of everybody on the UK flight. That is a little bit of a complication, but I believe that the NCDC and the Minister of Foreign Affairs would take necessary measures in that regard.
Yeah, and finally, just before I let you go, will there be social distancing observed on the flights?
Even on the Dubai flight, there was social distancing observed. So right on board the flight, there will be rules and regulations. There's going to be space between them. There will be rules and regulations. You have to have your noses covered and all that. So more precautions will be taken because really you can't determine the status of everybody on the flight from both the UK and the US. Because unlike Emirates, where they don't do their test, you can't do the same thing for the UK and the US. So extra caution needs to be taken both on board the flight and on their return back to Nigeria.
All right, then thank you once again, Mrs. Abike Dabiri Erewa, for joining us on the program.